go. Here we go. Look at here now. We get that. Your system. You just get it out of your system.
Just got real old.
I got real quick. It happens fast. Well, you don't even realize you just turned over one day. Wait.
You was 45 seconds ago. I don't know what you are now.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. It get tough quick when you get old. Your ankles be hurting, you ain't do nothing.
So you want to talk about the All-Star game?
No, I don't want to talk about the All-Star game.
Wow.
It was trash.
Tell me how you really feel.
We are not going to put me on the counseling session today because these NBA players have zero pride in the word defense.
Carl, let me tell us at 50 points, how does that make you feel?
He's from Jersey.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, did he earn the 50? No.
He made the buckets.
That don't mean he earned it. Whenever you admiring people making shots and you're on the opposite team, I'm pissed off. Okay, that's what they're doing. Ooh, that looks so nice. Like, no, what?
Lillard had like 39.
We together picked surprise sleepers. Dame and Steph were those two sleepers. Dame shot the lights out. But nobody was playing defense.
What? What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You saw the game.
You supposed to pick up at the logo?
Let me tell you what I know. I am not talking with you about the All-Star game anymore. I ain't talking about the whack dunk contest. I ain't talking about
Mac dunk contest.
Listen here.
Mac.
Whatever.
McClung.
What was Jaylen Brown doing? Why was he acting like he did the D Brown dunk when he know he didn't do the D Brown? It's hilarious. He was like, he was like, wait. Did y'all see that? Yes, we saw it.
I ain't dunking dab on him.
Damn. That was a D Brown dunk, y'all. That was a D Brown.
No, it was not.
It was terrible.
But he showed up.
You know who I blame? LeBron James for the dunk contest. That's what I play. I play LeBron James. That's what I did.
Of course you do.
Whatever. I'm not even talking about.
Of course you do.
This is what we talk about. We talk about these last 25 games in the NBA season. Who gonna make the push? I'm not doing it. Who gonna make the push in the Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and what we feel about each conference and what teams can make a real run.
I stay winning. I'm winning, I stay winning. I did it, I stay winning. I'm winning, never losing. I'm winning, or caught slipping. I did it, I stay winning. I'm winning, I stay winning. Yeah.
No. I said, I ain't doing it. No. Nothing, mama.
Hear me out. Sabrina
God,
would have come in second if she had just been in the 3-point shootout. I mean, she would have tied for first.
Yo, the 3-point shootout was entertaining.
It was.
We had
it was
four shooters make 26.
Yeah.
And it
Five
really
includes Sabrina.
Correct. And it really took Dame that light because he missed 4 straight when it mattered to win. So he literally had to make the money ball. There was gonna be another round.
That dude is so clutch. Like, it's just something about him when the stakes get greater.
Yeah.
So this is accuracy.
His ability to shoot with the same form from anywhere on the floor is unreal. Yeah, I mean that's special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So real talk, that's special. I actually enjoyed the Steph and Sabrina shootout. That was pretty cool. And it was actually pretty cool to see Steph take it serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. She put the pressure on him. Yeah.
It wasn't going to be easy, so
but
you had to lock in.
All in all, to me, that was the highlight of the weekend. The 3-point shootout and Steph Curry and Sabrina shootout, that was the highlight of the All-Star weekend.
What about the team skills competition?
It was pretty cool. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
To your boy tried to do left-handed stuff.
I don't know what he was doing. Once again, didn't I tell you that? Why you try to have me talk about it?
Hey, SGA had 31.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
So what we doing? What we talking about moving forward with the NBA?
Oh, I was the second half of the season.
Yeah, that's what we talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. How the Knicks gonna do in the second half?
Great.
Explain.
All right, so the Knicks right now got like 6 injured players.
They ranked in the fourth spot.
We're in 4th place right now. We are on like a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Playing without OG Anunoby,
Right.
Julius Randle,
Right.
Mitchell Robinson,
Right.
Isaiah Hartenstein. Dante DiVincenzo got hurt
Okay.
after coming in and really like picking up. Like El Fuego dude is looking like the 2nd or 3rd best scorer on the team.
Okay.
He got hurt, so that's 5 players. Who's the 6th player that I'm missing? All right, I'm not gonna break my brain.
And Jalen Brunson is not playing at 100% either.
Jalen Brunson hurt his ankle, but he's back.
Right.
But there's another player I think that I'm still missing that is out injured. But it might be McBride. But we're getting 3 of them back tomorrow, hopefully. Right. And the other 3 are still on the mend. Mitchell Robinson's getting better. He got a serious ankle injury.
Yeah.
Julius Randle got a serious shoulder injury that's probably going to need surgery in the offseason.
Right.
But he's working to try to get back. And whoever that 3rd person is, I can't think of who it is right now. So it's probably going to be a while for OG to come back too.
So let me ask,
OG
right,
has surgery.
where they're sitting at right now in the 4th spot, I think they're a half a game in front of Philly, right? And I don't know what the timetable is for Embiid to come back.
Who cares?
Right. But with all health being considered, do you see them pushing into that 3rd and 2nd spot if everybody's healthy? Because right now, the way Milwaukee they look terrible.
So
they're dropping.
If everybody's healthy, if Embiid was back and healthy, and Maxey and all of them were back and healthy, and the Knicks were all healthy, those 2 teams are arguing for who's number 2.
Okay.
Right. And I'm not meaning disrespect to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right.
But their shake up with the coach that they did, and they kind of reset things.
Yeah.
They've been losing games too.
Right.
They've been losing games with their players. Meanwhile, the Knicks are losing games without their players. So Milwaukee got to get back to winning. When they do that, I think they'll be fine. They'll be back in that discussion. Maybe they can solidify themselves as the number 2 team in the East. But right now, I got them at number 4, and I got Philly and the Knicks when healthy.
Yeah.
Fighting for that 2nd and 3rd spot.
So right now, the way the rankings are set up in the Eastern Conference.
And Cleveland's great, by the way, but I think it's temporary. So that's why I feel
that's why you think they're gonna catch them, right?
Yeah.
I think Boston is head and shoulders the best team in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. They're the number 1 seed. They're the best team in the NBA record-wise.
Yeah.
Right. Cleveland, Milwaukee, New York, Philly, Indy. Top 6 seeds.
Yeah.
Top 6 seeds get in no matter what. 7, 8, 9, and 10 play in tournament. We got Miami, Orlando, Chicago, Atlanta. In my opinion, to me, Miami and Orlando should make the playoffs. They should be the 7 and 8 seed. To me, they got the best nucleus of talent and culture and team-wise, especially Miami with their talent and culture. And one of the best coaches in the NBA with Eric Spoelstra. But you know how it goes.
Yep.
You get into that play-in tournament and anything can happen.
It's 1 game, so
correct.
That's all it takes.
So you got to be careful with that play-in game. To me, I agree with you when it comes to like the Knicks and where they should end up. When it comes to these next 25 games, they could, because they are only 3 games behind the 2 spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they can catch them up easy, catch those games up quickly, because they probably play Cleveland at least 2 more times by the end of the year.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they can easily make up that ground. I'm interested to see the injury to Embiid, how they end up, playing itself out.
It doesn't matter, because here's the thing, man. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this just based on how things have gone.
Yeah.
Embiid will get healthy, I hope.
Yeah.
Right? I want him to be healthy. I want him to be back in the mix. Playoffs come, he's likely to get hurt again. Hopefully not too serious,
right.
But
with his history,
this is just how
that's his history. Yeah. Correct.
Maybe he just goes too hard sometimes, and his body can't handle it.
Right.
when I say it doesn't matter with him, it's because it's a long shot just to get him to play through the whole playoffs.
Correct.
Right. And so I want to see that happen first before I start giving Philly any type of
Credit.
Right. Yeah.
So do you see anybody in the East that can upset the Boston Celtics?
Yeah, I think the Knicks can upset the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
But here's the problem. I don't think the Knicks want to see the Orlando Magic.
Okay, so it's matchups when it comes to
Matchups.
what team you want to match up with and what team you don't want to match up with. You feel that the Knicks match up with anybody good
They
or
don't match
better.
up,
they don't match up well against Orlando.
They don't match up well with Orlando, the
Okay.
youth, the length,
Right.
the speed at which they play. The Knicks have a really hard time with them, so I don't think they want to match up with them.
Okay.
And teams who don't play decent defense don't want to see Indiana.
Because they running.
Let's say it.
They running.
They're the top scoring team in the league.
Yeah, they running for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to make them play defense,
Right.
And you got to be able to defend them.
You got to get back on transition.
They're
Got
gonna
to
put
get
40
back.
up on you.
Easily.
Easily.
Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes down to, okay, the cream of the crop in the Eastern Conference is the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
And
They're the team to beat.
they are the team to beat. I was hoping when we first started talking about the NBA that Milwaukee with the trade will make some noise, but I don't know if that nucleus is working. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Adrian Griffin had them working. He had them working.
It's weird, man, that they struggling.
He had them working.
You know?
They struggled to start.
Yeah.
He got them working. They were the number 2 seed.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Then
we can kind of talk about what potentially. I mean, are we dealing with two divas
Nah.
when it comes? You know who I'm talking about.
Nah.
In Milwaukee
Dame
to get him fired?
Nah.
Or are you talking about just an
I don't
old
think-
school type of a coach, and now we got new school type of players, and they don't want to deal with that old school mentality?
I don't think Dame was part of why Adrian Griffin got fired.
Okay.
Right. If I think if Dame was going to get a coach fired, honestly, the worst coach he's had as far as records go is Chauncey Billups.
Okay.
And Dame didn't complain about Chauncey so much as he complained about what the team was doing for personnel.
Okay.
You know, draft.
Yeah. Young. It's going young. Yeah.
Instead of flipping the draft pick,
Right.
and getting
Veterans. Yeah.
So I don't think he had anything to do with it. I do think that, you know, Giannis' posture and sort of the aggressive tone that he's taken the last year to say, look, I want to win.
Right.
That might have played into it. There have been some disconnects with Adrian and the team. So maybe somebody, you know, just said the wrong thing and the front office is super sensitive to certain players saying things.
Yeah.
So if Giannis said something that seemed like he was displeased,
they got to move on.
move quickly because they don't want to lose Giannis next year.
Yeah. I think, like you said, I think Giannis does have a big part of Adrian. I mean, you know, Griffin being removed. I'm not going to speak on Dame at the moment, even though they locked in the Dame for a couple years now. I mean, they're going to be locked in the Dame for a few more years. But it's interesting to see their sliding right now. I don't know if Doc Rivers was the right choice. I don't think he's the answer. Maybe he's just, you know, in over his head with the current situation and their expectations.
He's still in the first 10 games.
Correct.
Let him give him some time to figure it out. Adrian had time to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think he did figure it out.
Yeah.
They were able to win some games.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though about the East before we flip over to the West. The Celtics.
Yeah.
They win now, or that team is done.
Yeah, even though I think that the Celtics are the best team and they're the team to beat in the East, I don't trust their two stars in the playoffs.
I agree.
But Drew Holiday and
Derek White
make that much more difficult to overcome than if it was just their two stars.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because
It's not good bets.
correct. Of course, I think the unicorn is the unicorn. And if he's healthy, he's a problem. But I think truly the key piece to the Boston Celtics is Derek White and Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Because they gonna get at you on both sides of the floor, both sides of the ball. They're gonna be up and
They're gonna put pressure on you.
they're gonna put pressure on you.
I agree.
So
clutch time, it can't be Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
yeah.
Use Derek White. Like he has shown that he's clutch.
Yeah.
You gotta use him. Drew Holiday is clutch. You gotta use him.
Yeah.
Porzingis can hit clutch shots. You gotta use gotta be open to using everybody.
Yeah.
no more of this, give it to one
selfish
of
hero
these
balls.
guys
Yeah.
and let
Because
them-
they've come up small.
let
It's just
the
what it
team
is.
force
They've come
it
up
around.
small. The two stars have come up small.
Yeah,
In the
so
playoffs.
they got to use their team. And look, if they don't win,
I think they blow it up. I do.
If they
I think they
don't
blow it up. I do. I think they blow
have
it
to.
up.
They
Yeah.
can't. They can't afford everybody.
I think they blow it up. Now, the West is fun
Yeah,
because
Timberwolves number one.
Minnesota's number 1, OKC number 2 by a half game. In front of the Clippers at 3.
Okay.
We got the defending champions coasting, at 4. And then you got Phoenix and New Orleans, which is a really interesting mix there.
Yep.
Right? And then it get real fun. You got Dallas, Sacramento, the Lakers, and Golden State. Listen to those teams that are in the bottom 4 for the play-in game. We talking the Kings, the Lakers, and the Golden State Warriors. All last year knocked down brawls in the playoffs. The first round and the second round, those 3 teams matched up against each other, right? Because Golden State knocked out Sacramento.
No.
Yeah, Golden State knocked out Sacramento in the first round.
Playoffs, but
the Lakers knocked
had
out
to
Golden
beat-
State in the second round.
They had to beat somebody in the play-in though, right? Who'd they beat in the play-in?
I don't remember who they beat in the play-in last year.
I thought the Warriors had to beat somebody.
Yeah, the Warriors had to beat somebody to get in, but they ended up winning their first round series
Against the Kings.
against the Kings, and then they lost to the Lakers in the second round.
Fox got hurt, right? In the playoffs.
Somebody got hurt.
I think Fox got
Yeah,
hurt.
somebody got hurt. But those 4 teams, I don't think they stay in the bottom 4. I think if I really had to put my money on a team that can overtake a 6, that New Orleans team, I'm gonna put the Dallas Mavericks getting hot
Yeah.
and running off some wins to edge out. You know what I mean? The New Orleans Pelicans.
I give them this. The Dallas Mavericks have the number 3 best rookie of this season,
Okay, what's his name?
Derek Lively,
All right.
out of Duke, I believe.
Yeah.
He has been a perfect fit for them, and he's been injured recently.
Okay.
They've lost a couple of games because he's been out.
Right.
When he comes back, that changes things. That changes things for them. Plus, I think that Kyrie's role
Right.
is evolving a little bit now, where before it was just, it's still mostly spot up shooting for him.
Right. If he don't have the ball, he's spotting up. Yeah.
Well, he don't get the ball a whole lot.
Right.
And he doesn't complain. So I'm not trying to put this on Kyrie.
Right.
Kyrie's been
He's doing what he's doing. He's having a great year.
Kyrie's having a great year.
Yeah.
He is not the story, right? He's been playing great basketball. I think because of the way he plays, the way Tim Hardaway Junior scores.
Yeah.
They've been great wing players to have with Luka.
Right.
But I think Luka is starting to see Kyrie differently.
Okay.
I think he's starting to understand, like, man, look, this dude is a wizard with the ball.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Like, I don't have to bring the ball.
You don't.
I don't have to be the guy, holding the ball.
I can trust my teammates here.
20 seconds out of the 24-second clock, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's going to start to trust Kyrie more, and we'll see a little bit more versatility.
If that happens, they make him much more difficult to defend.
Yeah.
Because if Luka got the ball, you know where the ball is going. You know who got it. But if they actually are trusting each other, that make them difficult to defend. Now this is my question. Who ends up the number 1 seed out west?
Who ends up the number 1 seed?
Yes, because it's only a game and a half difference between Minnesota, OKC, and the 2 games in front of the Clippers. Who edges out and gets the number 1 seed in the West?
I'm gonna say the Clippers, and I say it because I think OKC can do it, but I don't think they really want to be the number 1 seed.
Okay.
They can do it, but I think that they are more focused on being right for the playoffs.
Right.
I picked the Clippers because Minnesota, sorry, All-Star game has ruined my impression.
I got it.
Ant-Man is so unserious.
Right.
And so until he really locks in, I got Minnesota sliding a little bit. And in the playoffs, they ain't gonna matter anyway because Karl-Anthony Towns is likely to disappear.
So this is my thought process, right? Because I'm thinking about matchups. if OKC stay in that 2 spot, the Lakers want to be the 7 seed.
You think they want that matchup?
Yep.
Why?
Because they can neutralize SGA with their length.
Who?
With their length
With who?
at the basket.
Whom?
I mean, Anthony Davis is a defensive player of the year candidate this year.
Should be.
And he challenges shots that make it difficult for SGA because SGA like to penetrate to the basket. And we know he's light when it comes to body frame.
He also has a midi.
He do, but I really think like the Lakers are posturing for matchups.
I don't think they want that one enough.
I know who they don't want. I know who they don't want to match up
Who,
with.
Joker?
Definitely they don't want Denver in the first round, and they definitely don't want the Clippers in the first round. They can live with Minnesota
Why do the Clippers scare
because Minnesota owns them right now.
Do they?
And Minnesota's got the wing players that the Lakers don't have. So it's a bad matchup for the Lakers.
What do you mean?
Kawhi and Paul George.
Oh, you said the Clippers have
The
wing
Clippers
players.
got the wing players that give the Lakers fits. Because that's where the Lakers' weakness is the wings right now.
Look, LeBron shows up when LeBron wants to show up.
Listen, I'm not
Talk
doing
about the Lakers, so I'm telling you what's real here. LeBron shows up when LeBron wants to show up.
okay.
What you don't want is everybody else to disappear.
Which is going to happen if they run into the Clippers.
So the problem is you're gonna put AD in the paint with Chet Holmgren and those other big guys, and you just because another defensive player of the year candidate is Chet Holmgren.
Yes, but he too small for
small-
AD.
too small to do
like
what?
strong wise. That's why they want. I'm telling you, if the Lakers can have any matchup, they'll rather deal with OKC and
They would
Minnesota.
rather have a team where AD doesn't have to play his man and he can roll. If AD can roll him, he can get all of the weak side blocks he wants.
Right,
But if you got to stick to Chet Holmgren,
right.
Chet pulling him out of the paint. Come on out here.
And so does Anthony. And so does Karl Anthony Towns.
Potentially, but one of them is likely to disappear. And I'm telling you, the one that
Is
I've
Anthony
seen
Towns.
disappear
Is
before.
Anthony
is Karl
Towns.
Anthony
I
Towns.
agree with that. So here's what I'm thinking, right? Because
But that's Minnesota.
Minnesota,
That's not the Clippers.
Minnesota and OKC remind me a lot of Sacramento Kings last year. Great team, young, inexperienced in the playoffs. Sacramento last year, great team, had a great season last year,
Sure.
right? But
Number 1 seed.
number 2 seed, I don't think they were the number 1 seed. They were the number 2 seed. Denver was number 1 last year.
You sure?
Yes. And I think they might have been the number 3 seed too. Either way, they didn't have any playoff experience,
They
right?
have plenty.
No, not the Kings last year.
De'Aaron Fox. He's been there before. Mike
Once.
Brown.
Players,
Austin.
players didn't have the experience.
Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, okay.
He's been there.
He's a champion. Yeah, Harrison Barnes is a champion, right? But if we're talking about 3 people,
Demontis Sabonis.
No.
He's been in the playoffs.
and they lost in the first round.
I'm saying he's
To
been in the
a
playoffs. They got
season-
playoff experience.
Yes, but it wasn't enough playoff experience to go against
They got
either.
like one young guy in the starting lineup. That's Keegan Murray.
They lost in the first round after being the 2 or the 3 seed.
De'Aaron Fox got hurt.
Yeah, but that's not going to be an excuse.
Didn't it go?
It went 7. It went
Yeah.
7,
So
and
it
they
does matter.
lost.
It's not an excuse, but it matters that he got hurt.
All I know, this is what I know. The Minnesota Timberwolves and Oklahoma City Thunder they don't have enough playoff experience when it comes to dealing with those bottom teams
To beat the Lakers?
or a team like Golden State if they get hot.
Okay. Well, both of them got to play in right now.
That's true.
That's how it's looking.
But
you said-
those 4 teams at the bottom,
You said the Lakers don't want to see the Clippers.
I don't think the Lakers want to see the
And
Clippers in the
while
playoffs.
historically Kawhi has done well against LeBron,
And so has Paul George.
Yeah, none of them have stopped him.
No one stops
So-
LeBron James.
So you still got those other and look, I said this, I've been saying this all season, and it's been bearing out in the way that the Lakers play. It's D'Angelo Russell and the other guard.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, thank you.
Yeah.
those are the two you got to shut down in order to stop the Lakers.
Okay.
If you don't shut them down, the Lakers win. LeBron shows up, AD show up. And they may show up in different ways. LeBron may show up in the assist column, AD may show up in the blocks column. They both may show up in the points column. You never know how they're going to show up. If they show up, they can get in and affect the game no matter what. But when those two aren't hitting shots, when Reeves ain't shooting well and Russell ain't shooting well, they don't show up any other way.
I know this much. If the Lakers match up with the Clippers, they're going to be like that hot air balloon. They just fly away. That's how the Lakers going to be in the first round if they match up with the Clippers.
Jokes.
I do.
That's,
I got mad jokes.
That shit comeback.
That's my comeback.
A joke.
That's it. That's what they are, like jokes. Because AD ain't no different than Karl Anthony Towns when it matters.
That's a lot.
That joker will disappear.
Well, AD had a team on his back for 7 seasons.
Now, when you talk about New Orleans, we talk about with the Lakers. That joker will
AD
disappear.
got a championship.
What, a bubble? A bubble rat?
He got a championship.
The bubble rat. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the bubble rat?
It's a chip.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a chip.
It's a chip, okay?
Everybody decided, hey, we're going to lock down and play.
That's fine.
Everybody locked down and play.
He got a championship.
AD
but
got one.
When it comes to it, that joker disappears, bruh.
No, not
He
like Karl Anthony
disappears.
Towns. Not like Karl Anthony Towns.
So what you saying about Karl Anthony Towns, Joe? What you saying?
I'm saying
You saying he's soft? With the D?
yes. Until he proves otherwise, yes.
You soft. I mean, you don't call a grown man soft.
Hey,
Well, you heard what he said.
dude got to show up in the playoffs. He got to show up in the playoffs.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I get Denver's in the 4th spot, right? Don't nobody really want to play Denver because they know what it is when it comes to the playoff and them jokers, right?
Right.
But if there is a team that will give Denver fits, it's the same team we talk about. Same team I'm talking about. The Clippers. I think the Clippers can beat any team in the NBA, including the Boston Celtics. Because if the Clippers make it to the finals and the Celtics make it to the finals, we talking about dogs all across the board when it comes to who gonna lock in and play defense. Because that's one thing the Clippers are playing right now is defense.
Yeah.
And you already know Boston played defense, but that would be a great matchup, honestly, in the finals, the Clippers and Boston finals.
It would be. I
But,
think Lou outcoaches Missoula.
Me too.
So
Me too.
That's the difference.
And I think that them two stars, they shrink in that matchup with them other dogs on the Clippers roster. Like,
I think Kawhi on Tatum is tough.
fun, right? That'd be a fun matchup to watch.
That is tough.
That'd be a fun matchup to watch. So I don't think Minnesota finishes the league at the 1. They may end up as the 2. I do think the Clippers, if healthy, leapfrog OKC and the Minnesota Timberwolves into the 1 spot. OKC falls to the 3. I think Denver is perfectly fine with being the 4 seed and so forth. But I got the Mavericks taking over the 6th spot and New Orleans having to play in the play-in tournament to make the playoffs.
Where's Houston?
They down at the bottom. They're competitive.
Are they?
They are 24-30. They're behind Utah. So they are 3 games behind Golden State. Utah is a game behind Golden State for that 10th spot.
Yeah, I don't think Utah's gonna catch it.
Yeah, I don't know if Houston's going to catch them either.
No. So who's in the 5th through 8th spot in the West?
Phoenix, New Orleans, Dallas, Sacramento, LA.
That's right.
Golden
New Orleans
State.
New Orleans is
the 6th.
They're
Yes.
6th.
New Orleans 6.
Yeah, and I think New Orleans is my second team right now. Because that's me just following a player.
Yeah.
But I've been following them longer. than
Yeah.
he's been.
Yeah. That's what you like. Yeah.
That's who I like. New Orleans can do a lot more than what they've shown so far in the regular season. I mean, Zion's taking it easy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's averaging, but I feel like it's something like 16 points.
Right.
9.
Think he coasting?
Like that. I think he's coasting in order to make the playoffs. He's playing hard in spurts.
Yeah.
But I think they are like, all right, let's just get to the playoffs because we know there's another level that we're going to be able to get to.
Right.
Brandon Ingram. I think all of the players. I keep an eye on like the players that played in FIBA last year because it seemed like something happened. Jalen Brunson came back. He continued on his monster tear. Halliburton was on that team. He's coming off the bench on that team.
Boy, oh boy.
Right.
Hello.
And he's arguably the best point guard in the NBA right now.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Ingram was on that team.
Yes, sir. He's been balling.
So expect Ingram to have another year that he can get to. And they got the pieces, man. They got Trey Murphy. They got Trey Murphy III, who I think is one of the most underrated players in the league. They got Herb Jones, who I think is one of the most underrated players in the league. They got Dyson Daniels, young guy, who hopefully they don't trade. You know, there was a lot of talks about, like, did they trade him? All right, go back and look.
Okay.
But Dyson Daniels, I think he's still there, but young dude, 2 guard. I think sometimes they play him at the point, but he's like 6'7". Right.
So let me ask you,
play tough defense.
this is a very mysterious team that we haven't even talked about. What's your expectation for the Phoenix Suns?
I think that they're going to make it to the second round and be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you think that the injuries have kind of robbed them of any type of chemistry they could have had this year with Bradley Beal and missing most of the year with the injury?
I feel like they are a player or a piece away. I don't want to say a player away, but they are a piece away, and it's not scoring, like, which is the sort of the difference, right? When you look at some of the other teams, you go, man, they need a go-to player that can just go get a bucket whenever you get a bucket.
Yeah.
Phoenix got that.
Right.
They got that in threes, right? They got 3 players that can go get a bucket whenever they feel like it.
Right.
But it's just something else that they're lacking. They're missing that like 3-and-D guy that can disrupt the game because of their just attitude.
Right.
Like Draymond. Draymond, I know him and Nurkic got their little beef, whatever, their little spat, but it's disruptive if Draymond blows up.
Yeah.
Right? Not in a bad way, not in a get ejected kind of way.
Yeah.
But the fact that you know
That he's on the floor.
that he can do something like that,
Yeah.
makes you play a little differently.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks is that type of player as well. Right? So I feel like teams gotta have a player like that. And I'm not saying that they gotta get teed up in order to be effective. But these are players that hustle and try to make every play they can.
Right.
And because of that, because of how determined they are to make a play, they do things that are often borderline or just over the line.
Right.
And that gets them teed up, that gets them into these situations. But it's because you know that they're capable of going that far.
Yeah.
You play them differently.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Draymond Green can hurt you going for a loose ball.
Yeah.
So you may not go for that loose ball right away. You might be like, yo,
I'm good.
Break my leg.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run because of the talent that they got within those 3 players. But I don't see it going well for them. Like, they don't want to be in that 5th spot because they go out in the first round.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they either gotta fall.
But then again, they match up. They match up decently though.
They do, but I don't see anybody beating Denver in the first round.
It's hard. Like, it's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
But they match up. They actually do match up kind of well against Denver.
Yeah.
I mean, they got left to match up against Michael Porter Jr.
Correct.
That's like their 3rd best scorer.
And they got the same thing with Jamal. They got
guards.
Yeah, they got the
Who
pieces.
is Jamal Murray going to guard?
Correct.
Pick one.
It's an L no matter whichever one you pick.
Either one you pick is going to give you as much as you give them.
Absolutely. So that's a
They're
wash.
going to answer everything you do. You get a 3, they hit a 3.
Right.
You know, you get to the bucket, they get to the bucket. You get an L1, they get an L1. They can do everything you can do.
Right.
Right? In some cases, they can do it better. Like, I think Devin Booker is the best scoring guard in that matchup.
Yeah.
Right? Like, none of them got his game.
Yeah.
His game is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But who do they have that is a bruiser on the boards? Because Joker gonna go get 20 rebounds if that's what it takes.
He gonna get 7 offensive rebounds, bro. Like, real talk. He don't jump either.
Yeah.
It's the,
He don't have to.
He don't have to.
And the guy, you know what the crazy thing is? The guy whose spot he took is on Suns.
Yeah.
Starting center for the Suns.
Yeah.
Right? And he didn't get much better.
No.
To say that he's a more dominant presence than Joker.
That's true.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he is. It's weird, man, because I'm interested to see what happens with him. Like, that's like a team that you kind of keep an eye on. to see what they do, how they play, play out in the playoffs. I'm riding with the Clippers. I think the Clippers are going to be the team that really, really makes some noise pending everybody's healthy. I think that's the team. Like, if they don't want to see a team, it's the Clippers right now, because you just really don't know what you're going to get. They explode and sweep you. Like, that's how good that team is.
Right.
So I think the Clippers can end up. I got the Clippers being the number 1 seed. I got the Mavs sneaking in to that 6th spot.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what the Pelicans do. We're going to see how it shake out. You know what I'm saying? How it shake out in the West. The West is loaded. And, man, God forbid if Ja Morant was healthy, where the Memphis Grizzlies possibly would have been.
They need more than him.
I mean, they got a nice team overall.
They need more than him. But he's not.
You don't think he moved the needle?
He moves the needle, but where they sitting right now?
Way at the bottom.
11th place.
Yeah, they
in the
down,
West,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
They're missing a lot.
Yeah.
But let me ask you just one last question.
Absolutely.
Now, All-Star game sucked this year.
It did.
Last time All-Star game, I think it was good for the avid NBA fans was when there was rivalries.
Correct.
When there was matchups you look for in the All-Star game and said, oh, this person will like this person, or this team is likely to play this other team and they got 2 All-Stars, they got 2, something like that, right? Who needs to meet up in the finals this year to help establish a new rivalry?
Good question. To be honest, if I had to say what really could make a new rivalry, it would be one of the young teams, like the OKC Thunder against the Boston Celtics.
Because the Celtics?
Yeah.
And that'll make a rivalry?
Yes.
Celtics seem like they have enough rivalries.
They're the best team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, because what we want to talk about is stars. Like, we got to have star power. Not just for the finals, but for all-star rivalries. Like, what made the all-star game so dope when we grew up, not just the competitiveness, but you knew that Kobe was going to try to lock up Iverson. Kobe was going to go at Mike. Kobe was going to go at Carmelo. You know what I mean? Like, and we ain't even talking about the big boys back in the day. Like, Shaq was trying to dunk on Patrick Ewing and David Roberts. He was trying to embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? Tracy McGrady going at Kobe. Like, the stars took it personal to make sure that I'm better than you. I want you to know that I'm better than you and I'm the best player in the world because I'm busting all of y'all up right now. So if we're talking about star power specifically, SGA is a star transcending himself to become a superstar name, right? So having him, or if Minnesota was the team, Ant-Man being that player that can be marketed as the star face for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you got to have a star, right? Because everybody else underneath them, with the exception of Zion Williamson, are older stars to superstars, right? You got the Joker, you got Kawhi, Russ, Harden, older. They're in the back end of their primes.
Isn't that saying?
LeBron, AD. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So you need, if you're talking about a young, up and coming, how can we do it? Then we need one of these younger guys to step into that space and then compete against the younger stars in the East. Well, who's the younger stars in the East? Well, Tatum easily is one of those stars. Jalen Brunson is one of those stars because Jimmy Butler is an older star. Well, you got the kid in Orlando. He's a young, up and coming. Paulo, he's a young, up and coming star.
And Franz.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So Embiid, he's young, but he's not really young. You get what I'm saying? So he's like in that middle range. You know what I mean? Travis Maxey ain't the man, so he can't be Maxey. So you really need the stars to make it personal, to make those rivalries. Yeah. And it's a select few that can do that, because it's very clear, and it's not. It's what it is. Steph, LeBron, Kawhi, these guys are on the end. They're coming to the end of their career. So we need another young star to take the mantle and push it forward. That's where the SGAs, the Ant-Mans, that's where these guys come into play.
Yeah.
Maybe Luka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe Luka could do it because he's a star, superstar type of name.
Yeah,
you know, yeah. So you want, because even with Giannis and Dame, they're, middle to older. You get what I'm saying? So you need a young star to make it personal, to make the All-Star game rivalry what it needs to be, in my opinion.
I think SGA is a big candidate. Even though, and I love this about him, he doesn't come off like I'm the man.
Right.
Because he's not.
Right.
I mean, he's the leading scorer on his team.
Right.
And his team is definitely better with him. But you look around that squad, they got a squad.
They loaded.
They got a squad.
They loaded.
Everybody can ball.
Yeah.
So they're good, man. And so I look at them. Yeah, SGA can be the face of that. He can be the face of that rivalry. Got to find another young team that can match up well. This year would not be it's not the year to even think that it'll be a OKC Orlando matchup.
Right.
But maybe within the next 3 years, it could be an OKC Orlando matchup, which might be pretty good to see how like Chet and Paolo go at each other, how Franz and SGA go at each other, like just to see that matchup. But that seems like it'll be exciting. Young stars matching up, clashing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they got long careers ahead of them, presumably.
Yeah. What's interesting is the West is loaded top heavy with the young superstars over the East. The East got a few, the West have a bunch.
Yeah, I think it's marketing.
Yes.
The East got superstars like Jordan Poole. Ready to get out of here?
Yo, this cat. Yo, he's a Jordan Poole.
It was a joke.
Oh, was it?
It was.
Listen, we gonna stay winning because Jordan Poole is not winning. He is on some trash right now, bro. That was an insult to the show. Okay? So what we gonna do is we gonna let y'all go. Like, subscribe, tell somebody. Okay? What we doing? We winning or we losing?
We're gonna stay winning.
All
Just
right.
like never mind.
Don't you ever.